Danny is in Eastbourne. Danny, what made you pick up the phone?
Hi there, James. How are you?
Very well, mate. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say that I'm a young voter. I'm 24, so I was 21 when I voted in the referendum. I voted to leave. I still want to leave, and I did have no deal in mind when I voted in 2016.
Okay, why?
Well, because Brexit, as I saw it, or voting to leave, was a shot in the dark. And I think everyone who voted to leave was aware that it could go one of many ways, and that would include...
But which way were you hoping for?
No deal.
Why?
Because I don't like the EU. I find it to be an illegitimate institution.
Why?
Because it's big government, which I can't fully participate in.
So what do you mean by that, Danny?
Well, I don't see why I should share a government with 27 other countries, basically.
What sort of areas of government are you thinking of when you say that?
Well, I mean, let's say Angela Merkel and Emmanuel Macron. I never voted for them, but they have...
No, they're people. What areas of policy are you thinking about when you talk about sharing?
I don't know, but that's not the point. The point is...
Mate, that is the only point, Danny. You voted to prevent, or you voted because you object to something. I'm asking you to describe the thing that you object to, my friend.
The EU.
Yes. Why?
Because it's a big overarching government that controls all of Europe. And I don't like it.
Point to the areas.
To be more effective.
Point to the areas of control that you object to.
Of the EU.
Yes. What do they control that you object to?
28 countries.
Yes, the areas of policy, the things you can and can't do in your daily life, or even on a national level that the EU control. What are the things you object to?
That's not really the point. The point,
Danny, that's the only point. You voted because you object to something. I'm asking you to describe what it is. So the things that you feel they control, what are they?
I object to EU controlling the countries. I don't know what you want me to say, James.
Just give me something that they control that you really don't like.
28 countries.
Yes. What is it they control that you don't like? Because I've been to 4 or 5 of those countries in the last 3 weeks, and I can tell you now that they've all got a whole host of very, very different laws. You could hop on the train now to Scotland and be obeying very different laws from the laws you have to obey in Eastbourne. So the areas in which the European Union, with its, to quote you, back at yourself, with its big government and its control of 28 countries, what are the things that you believe they control that you object to?
I don't know, to be honest with you, James.
Do you think you should have known before you decided that it was true?
No, because I disagree with it on principle.
Yes, what's the principle?
The principle is that it's a giant overarching government that controls 28 countries.
So what does it... So we're back again, Danny, mate. So what does it control?
28 countries.
Yes, but how can it control 28 countries if Scotland and England have different laws?
Because it writes legislation for those countries.
It writes legislation for Scotland and England that's different?
No.
What do you mean then by those words?
28 countries.
Say again?
It writes legislation for 28 different countries.
And what is the legislation that you're thinking of now?
Well, for example, the first thing that comes to mind, you know when you go on a website now and it tells you about cookies?
Yes.
That comes from the EU.
Right. And that's your evidence of overarching control?
Well, I don't see why I should be told about... I understand what cookies are.
What are they?
See why I should have those annoying pop-ups.
What are they?
What are cookies?
Yeah.
They remember your personal data when you go onto a website.
And you don't think people should be asked whether or not they want their personal data to be recorded?
I don't really think it's the point, James. I don't see
it's
why
your point. It's your example of why you think the overarching government of 28 countries...
I don't see why the EU has any business in controlling something like that.
Right.
They're supposed to be about trade, from what I understand. Free trade between countries, not...
Yes, but we're leaving that. No deal means we leave the free trade.
Yeah, and that's
what you wanted.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have it both ways, can you?
What do you mean?
Well, you can't say it's supposed to be about free trade, but I now want no free trade.
That's not the point. The point is...
Well, you keep saying that's not the point. What is the point, Danny? Apart from cookies, what is this thing that you feel oppressed by?
It's not that I feel oppressed by the EU in general.
Yes, I know you do, but I'm looking for the reason.
Well, it doesn't
That's why I
matter.
say, what is it that you feel oppressed?
the
Well, of course it
reason
is, because
is I
you could
find
feel oppressed by dragons, but they don't exist, you see. So what is the thing that exists? Yes, of course you can, as soon as you've answered my question. What is the thing that exists that best illustrates your belief that this institution in Brussels has too much control over the laws in this country? What is your best case scenario, your best bit of evidence?
Okay, I've got an article in front of me from the Telegraph.
Yes. Oh.
Britain's EU contribution rises by 20% in year
So
as UK's booming economy props up Brussels' budget.
Yes. What year was that?
That was the year up to March 2019 when we should have left.
Right. Britain's booming economy. And that's control of our laws, is it?
That's not the point. The point is why...
Well, I don't know, Danny, what the point is, mate, because you keep saying that's not the point. They control our laws. I keep saying what laws, and you keep saying cookies.
Well, I don't keep saying... Let me tell you.
Yes, I'm listening.
Why should Britain be required to prop up Brussels' economy after voting to leave?
What do you mean by the Brussels economy?
Well, that's what this Telegraph article says.
Well, what does it mean? Does it mean the urban economy of the city of Brussels, or does it mean the contributions we make to the European Union in return for full access to the single market and various other institutions?
Well, I don't want full access to the single market.
But you said the whole point of the European Union was free trade. All right, mate, I wish you well. I really do wish you well, actually, Danny. I really do. And take care.